What we talk about when we talk about work, owing to the extensive use of machinery, and to the division of labor, the work of the proletarians, workers, has lost all individual character, and, consequently, all charm for the workman. It is only the most simple, most monotonous, and most easily acquired knack that is required of him. This quote may suggest otherwise, but working is not necessarily one of the rotten facts of life. For example, in the classic Donald Duck story Monsterville by cartoonist Karl Barks, the brilliant inventor Eero Gearloose persuades the city council to turn Duckburg into an automated city in which no human effort is needed to make it run. However, the citizens quickly discover that doing nothing all day makes their lives empty, boring and unhappy. Even the toys play by themselves. Granted, work can be exhausting, frustrating and deadening, and it does take away time that could otherwise be spent on all sorts of fun activities. However, it is hard to imagine us leading a satisfying life without work, not only because work provides us with an income but also because it can be a source of joy, structure, status, challenge, social contact, meaning and purpose, as well as a means to impact the lives of others positively. As U.S. President Theodore Roosevelt put it, "A mere life of ease is not in the end a very satisfactory life." This book is about work, working and the role of psychology therein. Its RST main thesis is that the way we work today is not only due to technological advances and economic considerations regarding the most efficient and pro-table way to employ the three major factors of production, capital, natural resources and labor, for producing goods or services. Rather, the way we work is also to a large degree due to our views on the best way to put these factors, especially labor, to good use. Man has certainly not always worked in factories and of CES or at home, performing well-defined tasks following strict rules and procedures and using tools and machinery tailored to these tasks, taking away all charm for the workman? As Marx and Engels maintained, although there is no point in denying that economic and technological considerations have been, and still are, major drivers of change in the way we deal with labor, i.e. the way we work, they alone are insufficient to understand how people perform best at work, why some people perform better than others while holding the same job, why they are happy or unhappy with their jobs, etc. What we talk about, we talk about work excerpted from the Psychology of Working Life chapter 333 at this point. It is useful to note that it would be wrong to assume that technological innovations unavoidably and irreversibly lead to corresponding changes in the way we work. History has shown that innovations are sometimes rejected in spite of having clear advantages as compared with older technologies, or that older technologies persist in the presence of more promising alternatives. Examples of the RST include the disappearance of wheeled vehicular transportation in northern Africa between 300 and 700 AD, replacing wagon and cart with the camel and, more recently, the termination of Boeing's supersonic passenger jet development program in 1971 by the U.S. Senate, which was intended as a competitor of the British-French Concorde and the Soviet Tupolev Tu-144 supersonic airliners. Examples of the latter include the reintroduction of wood stoves as a form of green energy, and the continuing use of the QWERTY keyboard layout, which was allegedly devised to make fast typing difficult as mechanical typewriters would easily jam, rather than the more ergonomic Dvorak layout. Indeed, positive developments are sometimes reversed in favor of functionally awkward and inefficient technologies. For example, consider the use of laptop computers, tablets and even mobile phones instead of devices with full-size keyboards and screens. Clearly, in the face of the availability of new technology, we have a choice whether and how we will let new technological features impact our lives and the way we work. Building on the assumption that the way we work is to a large degree due to our views on the best way to put labor to good use, the second main thesis of this book is that the way we work is an important factor in determining the outcomes of a job for the worker, e.g. in terms of motivation, health, well-being and performance, his or her environment, e.g. their work team, as well as the organization he or she works for, including its efficiency, profitability and overall performance. This implies that the choices we make regarding the organization of work have real and important consequences for both individual workers and for society as a whole, in tangible, financial terms as well as in terms of human well-being and happiness. Therefore, it is important for all of us, whether we are workers who are subjected to the choices of others as to how we must work, professionals who affect the way others must work, e.g. as human resource professionals, supervisors or employers, or students aspiring to become such professionals. To understand how these choices regarding the organization of work affect workers, their well-being and behavior,